Hey Ritchie Valens fans, I'm in Pacoima, California, the former home of the late great Ritchie Valens, who sadly and tragically died in Iowa at age 17. That day, February 3rd, 1959, on a Tuesday, is forever known as the day the music died. He died with Buddy Holly, who was 22, and JP, the Big Bopper Richardson, he was 28. They crashed outside of Clear Lake, Iowa. If you know anything about how fateful that day was, Ritchie Valens won the famous, what they call the famous coin toss with Tommy Alsop. And the Big Bopper talked a young Waylon Jennings into taking his seat. Waylon Jennings, sadly, he left. He died not too long ago. And I never forget that great song of his, Looking Back, Texas, from April 1977. Anyway, getting back to how I found this was synchronistic, but I think it was fated. Maybe even Ritchie was directing me to find this mural I didn't even know was here, down the block from where he lived on Remington Avenue off Van Nuys Boulevard. I was coming to this Jack-in-Box and synchronistically I came across this, so I guess it was meant for me to start this little tribute, this little virtual tour. I'm going to take you fans to where he bought a house for his mom, and where they had the famous farewell party the night before he left on the tour. He loved Donna, his girlfriend. He loved her so much that he wrote a song, and it was #3 on the Billboard charts the day he died. And Donna, she wanted to be there with him, but her father, he didn't like her going out with Hispanics, and he forbid her to be there at that party. But he talked to her a long time on the phone that night, and his mom kept on telling him, "Ritchie, come on, you gotta come on. I'm not gonna have much time with you." And her name was Connie, and then she took Ritchie and the head of his fan club and her mother around the corner to Laurel Canyon Avenue to the Guardian Angel Church so they could pray for, sadly, Ritchie's safe return. And there you go. And a couple of things, some factoids. The reason why they got that plane there at the top is because Ritchie was always afraid to fly, which is ironic, because that plane crashed, exploded over his junior high school, and he was just a kid when that happened. He witnessed it, and you can see that in the film from 1987, the opening scene. And forever after that, he was afraid to fly, but sadly, take a look at how he died. And I just want to say that he inspired John Lennon, Jimmy Page, and Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. And if you can believe it, when Jimmy Page and Robert Plant came to Pacoima or Los Angeles in the early 70s on tour, they absolutely had to go and meet the mother, Connie, and they were big fans of this guy. Johnny Ramone, he was a big fan, and he just inspired. I mean, John Lennon said he was a big inspiration, and he was a great artist. And the A side was Donna, and the B side was La Bamba. La Bamba charted in the top 40, but it never really got very high until 1987 when Los Lobos covered it. And Los Lobos were very much inspired by this guy, David Hidalgo and Cesar Rosas. And they charted it at #1 in 1987. And okay, I'm going to take you fans on a tour. And this is the stomping grounds, like I said. And a lot of the shops here are all pretty much from that time, of course, with different signs on the front. But this would have been his shopping area before he died. And he bought his mother a house on Remington Avenue. And they had the farewell party the night before they left on the tour. So now let's go, follow me, and I'll talk a little bit more about the late great Ritchie Valens. Thanks a lot, fans.